Ladies and gentlemen, this is Maestro Paul Drossi here at the Arnold Fencing Classic. We're about to have the gold medal bout for women's épée in the veterans division. On the left, we have Janine Prokop from Oak Hill, Virginia, and the Nova Fencing Club. And on the right, Marie Lawson from Mount Rainier, Maryland, and the DC Fencers Club. Let's start the match. I'm joined here in the booth by my colleague, Joseph Streb. And Dr. Streb is a multiple-time World Championship team member. And we are starting the bout here, and the fencers start. And the first thing you're going to notice here is that we have one competitor that is left-handed, Janine Prokop, left-handed, so taking the extreme left-hand side of the strip, tries to go over the top, but is hit by the counterattack, and Marie Lawson takes the all-important 1-0 start. This is a veterans competition, so we're going to fence to 10 points instead of the usual 15. And attack by Lawson by taking the blade by Prokop, who follows it up and scores her first touch, 1-1. Equalizer touch. And a big wind-up there by Prokop does not end well. Well, it seems like Prokop wants to push the action, and it looks like Lawson's content to let her try. Lawson's really looking for the counterattack. That's how she scored her first point. And we'll see. It looks like she's being passive right now. Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's still a preparation. Prokop showed a big preparation with a big step, and Lawson went right into it and found that target. Even though épée has no right-of-way, there really is right-of-way. The right-of-way is the tempo, and Lawson's got a good sense of tempo.
One fencer hits and the other fencer hits later, then there's a block out.
And there's another attack by Prokop that falls short, and Lawson's able to step back with the counterattack and score the touch. 4-1, Lawson.
Four to one. I mean, this Lawson can just stay back and be defensive at this point. She's been scoring on defense pretty much all of the bout, and I would think now she could do it even more.
Yeah, the onus is really on Prokop to take it to her, and unfortunately that's not been working. So she's going to have to change something up. She's also gotten static with the footwork. You can tell they're flat on their feet now.
So would you recommend an attack to the wrist with a hand for Prokop?
Well, she's got to do something different, and she's always been going for these longer attacks. Maybe a short attack suffixed by a longer attack, and that time she does. And she scores her second touch, 2-4. Perhaps she's regrouped. And it's only a 2-point game, and still a lot of fencing to go. So Prokop can still change this up. She can turn around.
Well, that was a well-thought-out action. She just didn't land the finish.
Yeah, she tried a move called counter time where she makes a feint and then takes the blade. She took the blade, but it was too wide to take. There's an attack and counterattack, both miss. Lawson trying to escape with that counterattack and make the touch on the retreat. Trying to induce Prokop to go. She knows Prokop has to go. And the blade is buried down.
Was in there, but you just missed it.
She just missed. It looked like Lawson actually closed the distance, and it was impossible for Prokop to put the point on. 5-2, 40 seconds left in the first period. We have 2 periods in veterans fencing.
Do you think that stamina might come into play here? It looks like Ms. Prokop is maybe getting a little tired. But there she hits one, nice straight attack.
Yeah, that was a straight attack. And that was with power and purpose. And it looked like Lawson really tried to angle the counterattack. She didn't get enough reach on that counter to make it effective. She also didn't step back like she did normally. And this time the counterattack is with opposition. She goes right through the blade, and Lawson scores her 6th touch. 6 fencing 3, 15 seconds left in the first period.
Of course, these fencers have fenced a number of direct eliminations to get to this point in the tournament, and there was the other touch by Miss Lawson on a counter option. So sometimes they'll get a little tired by the gold medal match, and certainly being behind, there's a lot of work required to set up those touches. You got to get one lights, right?
That's right. And we're coming to the end of the first period, and the score is 3-7, Lawson over Prokop.
Well, I see our fencers are receiving some coaching. Yes, both fencers are receiving coaching, and perhaps the coach from Ms. Prokop can give her some advice. What would you tell her to do?
I think she has to really be on her toes. She has to be moving. It looks like her movement is static. Her movements are also kind of big. I would try to make them efficient. That one touch that she scored where she did that really quick, strong lunge was direct and, well, if you pardon the pun, to the point. Sorry.
All right, we'll let you go on that.
But I think what she has to do is keep it simple and keep it small.
Do you think she can do that at this point in the bout, though? I mean, to make an adjustment of that type in the middle of a bout, is that something you think a veteran fencer can do?
Well, I mean, a lot of ones she's getting hit on is when she's being too complicated. She's getting hit in her preparation. So, again, streamlining something, making it a little more simple would probably help.
And, of course, from the point of view of Ms. Lawson, I would imagine you would tell her to just be defensive and look for that counterattack, right?
Yeah, don't do anything adventurous. All right, we are back to the action here. This is the second round in the women's veterans epee competition. The score is 3, fencing 7, Lawson over Prokop. We fenced to 10 points here at the Arnold Fencing Classic. Prokop still hugging the left side of the stage, which is traditional for left-handed fencers. They like to gain that outside line.
Isn't it true they sometimes will jump off the stage to avoid a touch? And there's a straight attack at the right.
Yes, and she made a nice disengage there and hit up top with a straight attack. And she has to remember, she still has 3 minutes. It's not like a do or die right now. It's only a 3-point bout. She can take her time. And there's a halt. Fencers passed. No one was able to score. That time being left-handed kind of worked against her. She wasn't able to put the point on. Both fencers could not score. They passed, nothing done. And they start again.
Oh, look at that. She landed it.
And it looked like she lunged and hit the bell, and it bounced off the bell and hit the wrist. And that may be just simple bad luck for Lawson. But two-touch bout now. Here we go.
It looks like Prokop is just trying to wade in there a little bit more aggressively on the finishes. But it also looks like Lawson's going to get her arm out a little more now with the counterattacking action. She's coming forward a little now.
Yeah, this is the first time we've seen Lawson come forward. But now she's giving ground again. Maybe just buying time. She does have a two-touch advantage. It's really the onus is on Prokop to bring it up. And here we go. Here we go. Lawson widens that lead.
It looked like it went to the shin.
Yeah, it did. And that's actually a hard target to hit. But the point doesn't stick well there. Prokop is advancing that footwork, getting a little bit more bounce and step, a little more power. And there's the lunge. Oh, but a double from Lawson. Lawson is able to get it on just at the last minute, find that counterattack. I think Prokop needs to aim a little higher so she can get the single light.
It's our first double touch, but the typical epee advice is to double out in this situation, right? It's a 10-touch bout.
Right. This is one more touch for Ms. Lawson, and she will win the gold medal. So she's looking for that one touch. There it is, and she scores with a flesh attack up top. And our winner is Marie Lawson. Your winner, Marie Lawson.